Hey guys, welcome back to another Lettuce Garden scripting tutorial. Today we're going to be finishing off our lightsaber series with part 4. We're going to be focusing on the hit effect and the lighting. And as always, if you want a copy of this game, head on over to the Lettuce Garden group, click on the game that you're looking for, and once you click on that game, click on the 3 dots in the top right corner, then click edit, and then you can see everything that we work on. Alright, so let's get started. So we are first going to script in the particles, so when we hit something, this kind of gives like a nice spark feel, or spark comes off of our blade. So let's first go over to our View tab and open up the toolbox. And what we're going to do first is we're going to search for some free particles. So we're just going to search in particle, and it doesn't really matter which one you pick as long as it looks like there's multiple particles in the set. So this one, let's just go with this one, and it's going to import all of these particles here, and we can drag these over here so they're not in the way of our dummies. And we're just going to look around and see if we can find like a good spark effect. This is pretty good, so we're going to drag this one off to the side. Check some other ones. Yeah, I don't see any other ones here. So we're going to delete all the ones that we're not going to use by clicking Control X. Control X. And now we have this particle effect here. So we're going to add this to our saber, so when it hits a wall, it gives a spark effect. But we are going to change it a bit because right in this state, it's not quite looking like what I'd like it to look like. So let's come down to these particle settings. So up here in the Explorer menu, we can select the part that we are dragging around. It's highlighted in blue up here. And then we can select the particle inside of it. Now yours might be named slightly different depending if you picked a different particle than me. But for my tutorial or this video, we're going to be using this one. So we are going to make it so they go a bit faster. So we're going to change the speed up to about, let's go even faster than that. Maybe even faster. Plus 20. All right, that's good. Now we're going to increase the rate so more of them get created. Yeah, that's good. Now we're just going to change the lifetime so it doesn't last as long. Awesome. All right, we're going to change the size. So this timeline here, I'm just going to make it bigger for you guys. This timeline describes how the particle will look at the beginning, which is over here, and the end, which is over here. And all of these different changes in the middle describe what's happening in between the start and the end. Right now it's kind of looking a bit messy, so if we come out of that and change here, if we just type in 0 here, it'll make our thing disappear, but it will also reset this timeline for us. So let's make this a bit smaller now so we can actually see the changes on our particle as we're changing it. So if we make it bigger at the start, for example, now it will look like this. And yeah, I think that's actually pretty good like that. And now we can do the same thing with transparency. Same idea. At the beginning, it's the start, and at the end, it's the end. And these parts represent times in the middle. And we are just going to clear this out. It's going to hide it now, but we can just make it so the transparency is not 1 when it starts. And I don't need new antivirus right now. We can also change the color so that it's more of a gold color. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I like that color. And maybe we can add another time point here between the beginning and the end because it acts the same way as the other ones. But it's color. We can add a bit more. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's pretty nice color, I think. Awesome. So now let's turn this off. We're going to rename it. We're going to rename it Spark. And now we're going to find our saber in Starter Pack. And we're going to drag the spark into our blade. Awesome. Now we're going to script it so that when it hits something, it's going to actually produce that spark. So let's open up our script. Make this size bigger so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Awesome. So we're going to make use of this touched function that we already wrote in the last tutorial. So this code here already makes it so when we touch something, we produce damage. So now we're just going to add in here when it touches something, it's also going to make our spark show. So we're going to come in here and write in tool.blade.spark, and then we're going to create we're going to call a function called emit, and we're going to type in 20 here. We might change this number later, but for now we're going to keep it as 20. So this line of code here, the one that we just wrote, is taking our tool, is checking the blade, it's going to the spark particle, and it's telling it to emit 20 particles. So now if we go into our test mode, and so test tab, click play. Now if we walk into one of our dummies, it should damage it as well as give us a spark. So we can turn on our blade, walk up to the dummy. There we go. So now it produces sparks every time we hit a dummy. Awesome. Now, what if we wanted to only damage them and do sparks if we're actually attacking? So not every time we walk into them, only if we're actually attacking. And that could be done pretty easily, actually. So we're going to come up here to our local script. Actually, no, sorry. We're going to stay in our script. And then we're going to create a new function. We'll do it up here. So we'll do tool.activatedConnect function. So what this function will run when the player clicks the mouse button to attack with the blade. So we are going to make it so that when they do that, we're going to change a variable named attacking to true, and we're going to create this variable right up here. So local attacking, and we're going to start it out as false. So when they swing the saber, attacking will be set to true. We're going to wait for 1 second and then set attacking back to false. So now if we test this real quick, if we walk over to one of the dummies, it won't. Oh, that's not working right. Oh, right, because we forgot to. So let's go back to our script, and we forgot to add this in here into our touched function. We want to make it so it only damages them if attacking is true. So we have to check for that. So if attacking is false, we want the function to end, and we can end the function by doing return. So basically, what's happening here is that if the variable attacking is false, it's just going to stop. So it's not going to attack, and it's not going to do the particles. So let's test this out to see if it's stopping properly. Take our lightsaber, turn that thing on, and we walk in, nothing happens. But if we attack, now it does the damage, and now we see the sparks. If I can manage to hit him. There we go. Awesome. So now, there is one problem with this, is that even if our blade isn't on, so even if we just hold the blade out like this, oh no, sorry, so even if the blade isn't out, we can still attack. So we have to fix that, and that's a pretty easy fix. We're going to come up here and make another variable, local on, and set it to false. And down here, we are just going to add in at the top here, on equals state. Oops, I clicked the wrong button there, sorry. On equals state. So this is our remote function, if you guys can remember from the previous videos. When we turn it on, the state will be true, and when we turn it off, the state will be false. So let's come and test this out. So now if, we didn't add the check-in, sorry. So up here in the touched function, we also want to do or on equals false. So if we're not attacking or if the blade isn't on, then we're going to stop this touched function. And now when we test this and we walk up to our dummy, so our blade isn't on, dummy's not getting damaged. If I click my mouse, nothing's happening. But if we turn it on now we see our sparks and the dummy is getting damaged. Awesome. So the final thing we're going to do in this tutorial is add a lighting effect to our saber. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to make it so when we turn our saber on, it's a green saber, so we're going to add a green light. So into our blade, click that plus button and type in point light. So let's drag our lightsaber into the workspace so we can see what we're doing. And right now you can see that there is a subtle light around our dummy here. So if we come into our lightsaber, into our blade, to the light that we just added, and we change the color now to this green color, now we can see that the light around the character is green because our saber is green, right? So if we turn on our emitter here, turn these both on. So this is what it will look like. So we have our green light around our character and these particles that are running. And so we initially want this light to be off, so we can turn it on when our character turns on their lightsaber. So let's drag this lightsaber back down to starter pack, go back into our script, and then we'll add in here. So if state is true, then we're going to make it so the tool.blade.pointlight.enabled is true. And if it's false, right here above the weight, tool.blade.pointlight.enabled equals false. So now when we test this out, when we pull out our lightsaber, the light won't be on, but when we turn it on, we'll see the light. When we walk around, the light follows us, and when we turn it off, the light also turns off. Awesome, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that notification bell and subscribe to the channel. If you need help, head over to the Discord server. The link will be in the description. And if you want the free assets copy of this map, check out the description for the Let Us Garden group, and you can find all of our games there. Alright, and I'll see you guys in the next video.